Hi, it's Stacy from Families with Grace, and today I'm talking about seeing the past, present, and future in my 9-year-old. So recently, my daughter and I were out to dinner in between her play practice and gymnastics class. Though we're very protective of our kids' schedules and let them pick only one extracurricular activity at a time, the school's K through 12 production of The Wizard of Oz has made us change our tune just a little bit, just for a few months. So this happened to be an evening that was especially busy and out of the ordinary for us. The two of us were chatting over chicken nuggets for her and a cheeseburger for me at McDonald's. I love having one-on-one time with my kiddos when I can, and this opportunity to visit with my daughter and enjoy her company was a real treat. I was struck sharply with the versions of her that I see. At 9 years old, she's on the cusp of becoming a young woman, and I see that in her. I see her maturity. My daughter has always been more of an old soul who has maturity beyond her years. Last year, for example, her second grade teacher told me how excited she was to see my daughter bring in a doll to play with during free time because that was such a kid activity. Her teacher was worried that my daughter was too grown up all the time. And it's been like this almost from the beginning of her life. My daughter started talking early and really well. By the time she was 2.5, she could basically converse like a miniature adult. And that hasn't changed. We still have conversations that surprise me with their depth. I find myself praying for wisdom as we talk about big topics and try to help her handle emotions for concepts she understands but isn't quite ready to handle. It's a tricky balance sometimes. As we ate our dinner, I marveled yet again at her maturity. We've had so many people remark on it, and I've lived with it for so many years, but I'm still struck by her maturity and by her. I see so much of the young woman she is growing into. She is strong and funny. She is smart, so smart, and compassionate. She's honing her leadership skills. She cares about the kids around her at school and her little brother. She is so beautiful and stunning, both inside and out. I see all the growing up that she's done and all that she's still doing. I feel like I keep getting these glimpses of her future and what she'll be like. But then I also still see my baby girl. I see facial expressions that I've been seeing since she was an infant. I see her silliness and hear her giggles. I see her playfulness and imagination that are still so very much childlike. I see her as she's been. I don't think I'll ever stop seeing her as my sweet little redhead who loves to chatter incessantly, she still does, as she toddles around. There are years behind her and experiences far behind her that I still glimpse sometimes as I listen to her and watch her. And then there's how she is now. She's a mix of both. I see her excitement at getting a toy and a Happy Meal and being thrilled to have a soda with her food as a treat. There's my little girl. Then I see her waiting patiently in line to inquire about getting a different Happy Meal toy because she got something she didn't want. I watch her wait for her turn and listen to her politely talk to the employee. I marvel that she's old enough to do these sorts of things on her own and without a reminder of her manners. Then I find myself with a lump in my throat when she returns to the table with a toy she knows her brother will like because they didn't have anything she liked, but she saw something that he would like. She is such a mix of little and big and somewhere in between right now. This is the age before she's into boys and before she thinks I'm boring. This is the age where she loves spending time with me and tells me how annoying boys are when I ask if she has a crush on anyone. This is the age where Happy Meals are still exciting, but so is having a chance to wear some makeup. This is the age where she brings along dolls to pretend to feed when we go out to eat, but also is responsible enough to tell me she can take care of her brother when he's at play practice with her. She'll make sure he gets a snack and does what he's supposed to do. I'm not in a hurry for my daughter to grow up. That's going to happen on its own no matter what I do. But I also don't want to hold her back and treat her like she's still a toddler. So while she is perched on the fence between childhood and adolescence, I am as well. I'm sitting beside her trying to figure out how to give her more freedom, responsibility, and information, but also not put more on her than she's ready for. It's quite a balance for both of us. Sometimes I have to remind myself that I'm her mom and not her friend as we chat. Other times, I am quite clear that I am her mom who needs to teach her. While I know that when I look at her, I will always see my baby, I also know that with each passing year, we are farther away from that and creeping much closer to the young woman she is becoming. I'm so excited to see her make her mark on this world. Her teachers last year and this year told us at parent-teacher conferences that they compare her with any child in her classroom and know that child will learn more and come out better for having partnered with my daughter. That's such high praise, but I can see that's how the world is going to be. The world will be better for having my daughter in it. She has such great things in store. She definitely has already made my own world a better place for being in it. So now I'm just going to hang on tight and try to enjoy the ride.